color I went in was E3 with the Sedona Lace EB13. The color, it came out like a pinky peach. I was looking for more of a, you know, more subdued orange, but it's more peachy, pinky. And then I went in with the Diva Beauty S06 Tapered Blending with A1. Since these colors are so pigmented, I usually go in a little at a time and build up. It's a lot easier. It's easier to build up than it is to take off if you have too much. So I'm gonna, let me see, I'm gonna pack some more of this E3 in my crease. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with, what is this? This is a Sedona Lace EB15, and I think I'm gonna go in with A2. Now I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to go in and cut my crease with Revolution Makeup and Conceal and Define in C1. See how this goes. And I'm using my MAC 242. I'm going to add A5. I think I want A5. Do I want A5 or do I want C2? Let's try C2. Try C2 and see what that does. Go in with A5. I want to take D2. So now with what I have so far, I'm going to do the other side and come back and finish up. Alright, so now I'm at the same point with both eyes. I think they look pretty much the same right now. So I think I want to take D5 on here a little bit, and I'm going to use my fingers and put that on. Ooh, pretty. Now I'm going to do the rest of my face and come back. Alright everybody, I hope you like this look. This is the final installment of the Norvina Volume Collections number 3. I have to say, for this palette, this was the easiest palette for me to work with out of the 3, and that's because of the colors in this palette. This palette here, I mostly gravitate to like colors like this, you know, my pinks, my mauves, my purples, and the oranges all work well for me, and I think it's because of my skin tone that these colors work good for me. This was a no-brainer for me. I knew exactly when I opened this palette what colors I was looking at, and I think I enjoyed this one more than the first one. I want to give you my thoughts on all 3 palettes. We're going to start with the Volume 1. I enjoyed this palette. You know, I love the purples and the pinks in this palette. These are colors that I usually go for, and it was a no-brainer for me with this palette also. Some of the colors in here, like this blue, what was it, D4, when I first looked at it, you know, I thought it was just a matte blue, but when you look closer into it, it has you know, like sparkles in it. When the light hit it a certain way, D4, what is it, E5, oh, this A3 also has some hidden sparkles in it, B5. You have to look kind of close at them and then you'll see them. But I enjoyed this palette. There's a couple more looks that I want to try with this one. Volume 2. This one was kind of challenging for me, and I'm going to tell you why. These colors here aren't colors that I normally go for, like blues and greens. This one took me out of my comfort zone. It really did. It took me out of my comfort zone when I created my look for this one. It took a lot of thought because I knew I wanted this palette because of the colors and everything in it. But once I got it and I opened it up, I was like, ooh, what am I, you know, what exactly am I going to do with this? And I finally came up with a look with, you know, playing around with the different colors. This one, like A2, didn't really show up. You have to kind of like dig in. First, I'm going to say it also depends on your base with your color payoff. These colors in all 3 palettes are very pigmented. Don't get me wrong, but also I'm kind of light-handed. I get kind of afraid with when you get these type of pigments of going in straight in and putting in the pigments, because I know once you get something on, it's hard to blend it out, and I like to build up my color first. So when I went in with this A2, it was like it didn't really show up. And I kept going in lightly, and it wasn't until I was like, bam, that the color showed up for me. And the shimmers, let's see, are there any? I'm trying to see. C2 is one of those colors that has hidden shimmers in it. You can see some of the shimmer. This E1, the green one, there's shimmer in there. And like I said, you have to hit it a certain way, because at first I thought, like I said, with the volume 1, I thought maybe some of the shimmers in the other colors had got on top of it, but then once the light, and I'm looking deep into it, it had those shimmers in it. If you like colors, bold colors and everything, number 2 would be for you. And number 3, this look right here. Yeah, this was the quickest one out of the 3 palettes that I was able to do a look for, and it just came together just like that. Now this palette here, I believe, would be a good summer and fall palette. A lot of people were saying, oh, fall, but if you look at the colors in this palette, you can use these colors also in the summer. You got your neon yellow, you got your neon green, you got your pinks and your shimmers. These shimmers, I like these shimmers in these palettes. So would I suggest you get all 3? It depends on you. It depends on you. I think for the average person, 1 and 2 would be good, because you would get more use out of 1 and 2, in my opinion. I mean 1 and 3. You'll get more use out of 1 and 3. 2, I believe, is like a complement to 1 and 3. So that's it for this video and the Norvina volume 1, 2 and 3 palettes. You will see more looks with these palettes from me, guaranteed. But Norvina, don't come out with nothing else. Don't come out with nothing else. What I will say is, now you have your purples and your pinks, your blues and your greens, and then you have your oranges, you know, and some of your browns. You have transition colors in here. If she was to make another volume palette, like I said, you got 25 colors in each palette. I would suggest, not that she's listening to me, I would come out with a volume 4. If she came out with a palette that had like all transitions, you know, like you could, you know, blend out different colors and stuff like that, that worked for all skin tones, from the fairest to the fair to the deepest of the deep, I would get that palette. I would get that palette. And that's just a suggestion. And then that way she would have all her volumes done. So, but I really enjoyed working with these palettes. And I like the fact that they had, ooh, I'm holding them. Let me put one of them down. That, this mirror. I mean, and the fact that it opens all the way up. Okay, what can you, most of the time you have your palettes and you're holding them and you're, you know, putting them, and you know, and you can't, and it's kind of hard to angle it, but all 3 of them open just like this. How great is that? And the fact that the mirror is big too, that you can see everything. So that's it. Now I'm done talking. So I hope you enjoyed all 3 videos of the Norvina volume collections. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you're notified every time that I post a video. And I'll see you soon. Bye.